Yes, I'm very proud of our team. This past weekend had a very hard-fought physical game against Auburn. Kids did a great job. Defensively, I thought we were outstanding in the game. Created a lot of negative plays, a lot of pressure on the quarterback, played the ball very well, tackled for the most part very well. Offensively, moved the ball, didn't score the touchdowns in the first half, got him in the second, played well. Got some stops at the end, had a critical turnover, but, overcame it. So faced some adversity. In hindsight, you'd love to play perfect, but in hindsight, I love the kids the way they adapted to all the adversity. Didn't get frustrated in the game when we had some opportunities early. Kept their poise, kept playing, overcame a turnover at the end, be able to run the football, put the game away. Two things we did very sound in the kicking game, so very proud. Going to have to be this week because Arkansas is one heck of a team. Offensively, very dynamic, scoring points like crazy. Receivers, big, long, athletic, can run, great ball skills, young tight end can catch. And if they get Sanders back at running back, plus the other backs they have very well, and of course everything starts with KJ. KJ is a tremendous football player. Hard to get on the ground, makes throws, leadership, brings you back. There's nothing he doesn't do on the football field. Tremendous player. Defensively, athletic. McLaughlin does a great job in secondary with the other guys back there. Linebackers are active, long, can tackle. Jeffcoat and Jackson, those guys can rush up front, create problems there. Special teams always do a great job. Kicker, punter, really good. Return guys, and they taken one back for a touchdown already this year. So all three phases play very well. Sam's a heck of a football coach, does a great job. So we're going to have to play well. It's a rivalry game up there. It'll be a split crowd. So, very important game. It's the next game. And it's an SEC game, and it's an SEC West game. So, as I say, double whammy. So, questions?
We'll begin with Travis Brown of the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Hey, Jimbo, reports out there that Connor could be done for the year. Is there an update on his injury, and what's the new prognosis?
Yeah, it is. And, we, like I said in the press conference the other day, we thought everything was fine with having some pain. We'd x-rayed and MRI'd it, didn't show anything. They thought it was just a normal sprain. He had some pain, so they got a CAT scan, and it showed some things in there that we'll have to go in and fix and get that done. So most likely be out. But, we feel very confident in Max. Max came in and played great. Unfortunately, we hate to lose Connor for our football team and for himself. But, like I said before, I think we have two starting quarterbacks and felt very good about that. And so we'll have to move on. But that's just where we're at.
And when was it that y'all finally got the final word that he might be out?
It was after. I don't know when it was. It was sometime the next Tuesday morning, I believe it was.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Next is Carter Carls at 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Jimbo, just wanted to ask you about Max Johnson now being the starter. How did he kind of take that news that Connor's out for the year, and where's kind of your level of confidence of what he can accomplish for you guys this year?
Been a starter in this league, played a lot of football, was 2-0 for us a year ago as a starter, and then unfortunately got hurt. Feel very confident. Guys, I've said before, we have two starting quarterbacks. You see how they played in the game, come out there and scored two straight drives, really a third drive we were going to score on too. Didn't let us back to a big one at the end. So, I think we scored 3 touchdowns in 5 drives. Did a heck of a job in the game. Throws the ball very well, can distribute it, and understands our offense. And, we're blessed to have him and feel very confident in him, and we're going to keep right on pace.
And then I guess your two backups, Jalen Henderson and Marcel Reed, where are they kind of at in their development, and how ready do you feel like they are?
I've been taking reps and done a great job in practice, understand the offense, doing a really good job. They think they comprehend it. And, of course, Jalen's a little older, more mature as far as, been in games or been around the game, and thought he had a great spring and a great fall camp himself.
And last one is Jalen, I guess, the backup now?
Yeah, right now he is, yes.
Thanks, Jimbo.
Next is Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Jimbo, what do you see as Arkansas's offensive identity? They haven't run it as well as they did last year. What do you see from what they want to do?
Score points and make plays. They do a great job. The quarterback's the central point of it. You can remember they had the same offensive line for basically 3 years. That's hard. I went through that too. Those are big changes and things that go on, and then their running back has been hurt. So, but KJ can make plays. They're dynamic outside. They can run the football. I mean, they can run it, but they can throw it. They make plays. Every guy can catch the ball. They got great ball skills. The young tight end's doing a great job. And KJ just makes so many plays. It's so hard to get on the ground, whether he's running it with the quarterback runs, the design runs, or the scrambles, or the plays he makes. And I think they're dynamic, they're athletic, and they score points. And they're doing a really good job formationally, route-wise, scheme. I mean, I think they do a really good job.
You know, the Aggies have won 10 out of the last 11 games in this series. And I wonder, when you have a team's number, so to speak, do you carry some kind of confidence into a game like this when you beat them so often?
Every year is different, and every team is different. So, hopefully we can have confidence we're playing because of how we're playing this year. And like I say, last year's team doesn't affect this year's team. And so I think that's part of it. So we got it. It's a whole different year. So we're going to have to make sure we go, play well this week so we can have more success.
Next is Bob Holder, the Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Hey, Jimbo. I guess you were at LSU when Matt Jones was playing quarterback for Arkansas.
Yep.
I know you were from the defense, but KJ, and I know you've already praised him quite a bit, but KJ's tied Matt for most touchdowns rushing and passing in school history, and assume he's going to break that record. I was wondering what you remember about Matt, and he's kind of a folk hero in Arkansas, and for KJ to maybe be on the verge of breaking a record Matt holds. What do you think about that?
Matt could fly. Matt was a high 4.3, low 4.4 guy that was 6'6", covered so much ground. And I remember KJ probably throws it more, and they put a lot more pressure on him to do it that way. But they had so many dynamic weapons back in those days. And I remember those teams. I mean, they had great backs at that time, and him getting him on the ground. And, I mean, he could fly, man. I mean, just outran angles. And he, of course, then you'd play him all up there, and he'd throw the deep ball and hit you and hurt you. So, I mean, both guys are dynamic players. Both guys are big, fast, strong guys. I mean, Matt was probably faster. I mean, not many guys were as fast as him. I mean, some of the backs were. I mean, he was dynamic that way. But KJ throws the ball and is so strong, and those two great players they've added, two dynamic players.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Steve Moulton, WZZN.
Coach, always appreciate the time you give us. You mentioned it earlier here in the teleconference about not wanting, every year is different, obviously. But I did want to ask, how is this team different from last year's team in your perspective right now, Coach?
Which team?
This year's 2023 Aggies compared to the 2022.
Well, I think it's a lot more experienced. I mean, the experience and knowledge, the guys that have played in football games. I mean, you got an offensive line that all have played, have started, quarterbacks that have, receivers that all have. Last year we didn't have that. We were playing tons of freshmen, tons of guys on defense, same way. You were playing lots of young freshmen, guys that understand. You can't put a price tag on experience. You can't put a price tag on being there and have known you can do it and how to do it. I think our knowledge, our confidence, I think we're a much better football team. I really do. And special teams in all three phases. But just the biggest thing, experience, knowledge, and getting guys back. I mean, we're two totally different mentality football teams, in my opinion.
And I heard both you and Sam talk about this game leaving Dallas. And I know you want to play as many home games as possible, but the uniqueness of having that split crowd of what we used to have in Birmingham with the Iron Bowl and a few others, of that kind of – it feels like college football needs more of this to me, Coach.
I don't mind it. I've never minded the game. I think it's great for the kids in this state and everybody else playing Jerry's World. One, because it's one of the best venues to play in. Now, I think Kyle's number one. But at the same time, I mean, that's where they grew up. A lot of these kids in Texas, wanting to play in the state championship games there and all that stuff. And it gets games up there, and it's not that bad. It gives you, like I said, a 50-50 atmosphere, the more bowl or playoff type game. So, I mean, I'm all for that too, but I understand why they're doing it. So, hey, I play what they tell me.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That's going to be all for today, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.